Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Making the Call. I'm your host, Rozey. I'm joined by Alex, and we got some bets for you this Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So
we
what up?
do. What's up, man? Fresh off the risk?
Yeah.
You won
I'm
one.
reveling in my victory.
Austin won one. I went down with the fight.
Yeah.
was
You
fun.
were a
I need to
strong
learn how to
contender.
fortify.
Yeah,
That's my
this
next
guy would
goal.
just skip the fortify phase.
Yeah,
Can't do
I
that.
mean, it's because I rushed through the whole tutorial thing right before we did it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Not gonna go pro this year probably, but maybe next year.
Maybe.
So you got some golf picks for us?
Not anything like that I've nailed down yet. I've really only been able to watch like I'm watching right now. Because one, I forgot the tournament starts in the morning and it's basically over by 2. So at work on Thursday, I realized, oh yeah, check the leaderboard and like Shane Lowry's already up 5 under and everybody else is sort of lingering below. But this tournament's like the epitome of the Open Championship. They have Justin Thomas, who just finished. He shot a 67 on the first day. He shot a 78 yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
45 on the front 9. Finished with a 33, and then today he got hot again and shot a 67. So he's back to even par after all that. 7 shots off, but Shane Lowry's still leading. This dude named Daniel Brown is right behind him at 4 under. He's sort of new. Not really done anything in his career, 29. Englishman. Then you got Justin Rose at 4 under, but overall, I'm just watching. I'm watching Scotty Scheffler right now, try and tap in for birdie. Yep, 3 under Scotty Scheffler. That's the guy I'm watching right now. And if you're trying to sprinkle any money on anybody, Scotty's probably really good value right now. He's 4 back. He's playing good golf. He's through 3 holes as we're talking right now. That would probably be my guy to look at.
And you'd have to live bet him, right?
Yeah. Like, let me pull up Bovada right now while you talk about what else we're going to talk about. I'll get the odds going.
Well, since this is the dead season, I mean, we don't even have WNBA, so because of the All-Star break.
They're still off?
Yeah. I
Those
think they're back
jerks.
on next week.
Scotty Scheffler's plus 250, which makes sense because he's just a beast, but he's got a long way to climb back.
Well, are there any other guys that
Justin
are upcoming?
Rose is plus 900, and he's tied for second. Only 3 off the lead. He's won the Open Championship before. He's really good at links golf because he's European. So that would be another guy I'd have my eye on.
I think that's a good call. Well, would you want to talk some NFL season
Absolutely.
player
I woke up
props?
today after a week at NCAA. I was like, all right, where's the real college football at, man? It's Saturday.
Yeah, it's coming up.
What the
We're
heck?
almost there.
Yeah, a couple more
This
weeks.
is the worst time of the season because training camp hasn't even started.
Doesn't it start next week?
Yeah, I think it starts Monday. But like right now, as we speak,
Dead
it's
period
rough.
of dead periods. We
Yeah.
just got baseball back.
Well, so for NFL season props, I was thinking about this, and I think you're mostly going to want to go under on all of your picks,
Are you
just
talking
because.
mainly wins and losses or yards too?
No, yards. I mean, we can talk wins and losses if you'd like. There's a high risk in football that your guys are going to get hurt. They're probably going to miss a couple games, and that's kind of factored into the lines a little bit. So you might see like, let's see, Derrick Henry, for example. He's at 975.5 rushing yards on the season. You're like, whoa, he's been a 1,000-yard rusher every single year. There's no way that he doesn't get this on the Ravens. Well, he's 30, a running back. So I wouldn't bet less on him. I think actually if you want to bet more, that's not a bad bet at all. But some screaming values to me I saw. Stefon Diggs under 7.5 receiving touchdowns. He's in a fierce competition with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. And he's never been like that big of a touchdown guy. He's been at 8, 11, 10, 8. He's also 30 years old, so there's risk of injury there. And when he was getting 10, 11 touchdowns
He
every
was
year.
number one.
That's he's the only one there. And now he's not. So 7.5 just seems really rich for me. And then I know I talked about doing less on yards and stuff, but Kyler Murray, I really love his over on passing yards. Just because I think they have a good coach there.
Full year back.
Huh?
Full off season back.
Full off season from the ACL. I think he was on pace to clear this pretty well last year, but I didn't even say the line yet. It's 3,449.5 passing yards.
That is pretty low. I mean,
yeah.
And what's that average? Like 220 something yards a game, maybe? 17 games?
Here, keep talking. I'll do some quick math.
I don't know. They're probably factoring in that he runs a lot still, which honestly might not be the case anymore with the injuries, but they're probably assuming he's going to miss a game or two because that's just low.
And he doesn't really miss games. He tears his ACLs.
Like before the ACL, he's for a small guy, he's pretty limber. Like he's not weak.
Yeah, that's 203 passing yards a game. So even last year, coming off a torn ACL, being dropped into the middle of the season, let me look to see what he was doing. But I know it was more than this.
He's got some new weapons in the backfield too.
Last year he didn't have anyone. He just had Trey McBride, and that is it. Well, I guess Marquise Brown. No, Marquise Brown was hurt, wasn't he?
He was.
I mean, he wasn't clearing 200 yards. He went.
Nah, but he was also coming back from injury half the time.
249, 214, 256, 145, 211, 230, 232, 262. But you add Marvin Harrison to the mix, you add Michael Wilson. He was there last year, but he was a rookie and he kind of showed out. Then he got hurt. So I think he's going to have some weapons. And they have an awful defense. It might be the worst in the league. So they're going to have to throw more.
Surprising because they have a defensive coach, but I guess it's more the moves they haven't made and all that crap.
No. That's exactly it. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
Do you have Trey Benson, the rookie running backs rushing line? I feel like I'd hammer that over. I think he's a really good rookie running back. They're going to do a lot of read option stuff with Kyler and sort of keep him protected, but not make it so obvious that they're just handing him off the ball 25 times a game.
Yeah.
They're going to get creative with
PrizePicks, he's at 499.5.
Oh, yeah. Smash that over.
Well, let's see what James Conner is at, because, I mean, he's been really good.
He's good, but he's more of that goal line type of just running up the gut back. I think if they need a change of speed, third down type of back, I think Trey is going to fit into that role early on, and then as the season continues, he might just slowly take the reins.
Yeah, I think Benson will take over too, but I have a hard time betting overs on a rookie where there's obviously a guy in front of him.
Also, no one likes to predict this, but I sort of feel like James Conner's due for another injury. It's been a couple seasons.
Yeah, he's been oddly healthy. I think he missed a couple games last year, but another over. I have Jalen Waddle over 5 touchdowns.
Over? Only 5?
Yeah, his line's at 5 receiving touchdowns.
Huh.
Which, I mean...
Guess they're thinking too many mouths to feed, maybe?
I mean, it's just Tyreek and no one else. Yeah, his line's still at 5. Last year, I mean, he had a rough year last year, but he still had 4.
Comeback season.
So...
Comeback season.
I think he only played 14 games last year. Before that, he played every single game his first 2 years in the league. There's always a chance that Tyreek is the one that gets hurt this time. Been pretty good in the red zone, even though he's small. And then there's always those breakaway touchdown opportunities, which he didn't have hardly any last year, which was surprising for him. So I think 5 is just ridiculously low.
Redonkulously low.
What do you think about Patrick Mahomes
Mahomes.
4,299.5 passing yards.
I mean, right now it sounds like a lot. How much? What? Tell me what he got. What was his final line last year? Because that does sound pretty hefty, even for Mahomes.
Last year.
Oh,
and so that was a
yeah,
pretty rough season.
I think Vegas sort of hit the nail on the headstone here with the their numbers. I would go slightly under, just because one of his receivers is probably going to be suspended. The other one's a rookie, and Travis Kelce's not getting any younger. He'll still catch you touchdowns in the red zone, but I don't know about all the stuff over the middle for big gainers and stuff like that,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't bet over either, just because he has the highest season passing yards out of any quarterback. But I do think he has a chance this year to break the passing record. Just because he does have all the, and we don't know if Rice is going to be suspended. It might be like a Kamara situation where Kamara played the whole year, and then the next year he got, yeah. I mean, we just don't know yet. But they also brought in Marquise Brown and Xavier Worthy, two deep threats that will like probably get Mahomes chunks and chunks of passing yards every single game. I just thought it was an interesting conversation. What about Aaron Rodgers? He's at 3,749.5 passing yards. I'm just slamming the under. Like, he's 40.
Yeah.
He is coming off a torn Achilles, and he's on a defensive-minded team.
How's their really O-line? Because that's the key with him.
It should be better than it was last year. Last year, it was rough because of injuries and everything. It should be better, but I mean, that's assuming that a lot of guys are stepping up. I think PFF has them as a top 10 offensive line.
Okay. But fringe, yeah.
They had the Panthers as a top 10 offensive line last year, too.
I mean, yeah, that's the key, because I think as long as he has a little bit of time, he still has weapons around him. He'll be able to pick apart the defense. He won't be as mobile as he was, which is obvious, but I think he can still sit behind the pocket and get stuff done, sort of like late year Tony Romo type player.
Yeah, I can see that. I just don't know if it's possible for him to.
It's been so long since we've seen him play too. I don't have much to go off of with the Jets. It's been like 3 plays, so we don't even know.
Yeah, at Green Bay, he played all 17 games and got 3,695 yards.
Yeah, the number they gave him sort of seems a bit high coming off an Achilles. It should have been like closer to Kyler's number, to be honest.
Yeah, we're not getting an injury factor, and I love Garrett Wilson. He is the only one there. Mike Williams will not do anything. He will not stay healthy, and even if he does, there's no way that he's productive. And behind him, it's Malachi Corley, who's a rookie and kind of a gimmick guy. And so your second receiver is Tyler Conklin. Like, where are these passing yard numbers coming from? I just don't understand. Like, they're not going to be down in games either, because the Jets defense is probably going to score like 2 touchdowns every single game.
Classic media just trying to hype up New York again. Ridiculous.
Well, we'll make him pay.
Classic. Yeah. Him and folks.
Do you have any other props you'd like to talk about?
I was peeking at baseball. I'm so out of the sort of realm of the season right now. I've been watching soccer. Soccer's over, so trying to get back into it. I think the one game that stands out to me, the line's actually gone down half a run since we started talking. It's the Orioles-Rangers game tonight. They have Scherzer against Gabby, or what's his name? Something Rodriguez, who's like the Orioles ace pretty much. He's 11-4, 3.88 ERA. Scherzer's 1-2 coming back, but his ERA is under 3. So I think you got to hammer the under on the run total at 7.5. Maybe try and shop around, see if you can find it back at 8. It was at 8 like 30 minutes ago, so shop around. The game's not until 6 tonight, but I think that's my one pick, or my one baseball pick I'll give today that I feel
Love
good
it.
about.
What
It's
do you
Grayson
think of
Rodriguez.
this game prop or this game parlay? Mets money
Shoot it.
line, Phillies money line, Orioles money line.
I like the Mets for sure. Phillies. Who are the Phillies playing?
The Pirates.
Is Paul Skeens pitching?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then I think you're safe with the Phillies against the Pirates. And I think with the final leg, the Rangers Orioles is probably what it's going to come down to because you just
Well, it's
got
just
two
like
really
what
good.
you were talking about. Like you think
Yeah, it's going to be
Orioles
a
are
really
going to
good
outpitch.
game. Probably like a 1-2 run game, low scoring. But yeah, I think that's a fair 3-legger as long as the
Sweet.
first two teams take care of business.
Well, we're going to lock it in. Unless you have anything else to say, we'll catch you next time.
No, yeah, I'm ready for football to get going a little bit more. I'm gonna go lock in on some more NCAA this weekend, I guess. And I don't know if we have a pod scheduled for Monday yet or not, but I guess we'll see, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Goodbye.